Hi Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scrap Room to share with you a layout I created using the August Flavor of the Month kit. So these are the kits. There are 4 collections, and with the PhotoPlay collection stuck on you, that is the layout that I created. So with the Flavor of the Month, you get 3 pattern papers and some embellishments. I also have here the pattern paper add-on as well as the embellishment add-on. I did not actually end up using any of the pattern paper add-on, so I'm going to start with the cardstock that comes in the kit, which is just a plain white from Basil, and I'm going to create a 4-inch border on the left-hand side over there, and then I'm going to tear this striped pattern paper so that I have a white border on it. I initially got a really fat white border, and so I sort of tightened up my tear so that I just had that thinner white border there. My original plan had been to sew all the way across tone on tone colors, so I was going to do yellow on yellow, green on green, and leave the threads dangling for kind of just a different sort of textured effect to the paper, which is what I was pointing about there. But I ultimately decided not to do that because if I were to have done that the way that the layout was laid out, I was going to lose a lot of the white space, and I wanted that white space on the layout. This photo is a photo of myself, and I've actually scrapped something similar to this, but I did this in my traveler's notebook. So this is a photo of me with a bunch of cactus behind me when I was in Arizona in January for CHA. So I am then going to just cut a very thin, that's a 1/2 inch strip of the blue pattern paper and put that on the right hand side to just sort of create a right hand border for the page so that it doesn't look like things are just going to kind of fall off the ledge there. And I'm going to dig through the embellishments now and just to find things that are going to embellish the page. In this PhotoPlay collection, the one piece that I didn't get between the 2 collections, there is a green, and I had really wanted the green to make a cactus, but that was not in the kit, so I had to figure out another way of doing what I wanted, and so I'm going to actually just use the cactus sticker and pop that up. Now that white space is a very glaring white space, even though I do put some things in there, and so in order to add just a little bit of color and move your eye from the photo up to that top right corner where I knew I wanted to put some elements, I am going to use some mists. I used 3 different colors that complement the colors in the pattern papers and that are actually the dominant colors that I use. And so I have a Distress Spray stain that is Lucky Clover. That's the green. Then I'm going to use a Dilutions London Blue. And then the last color that I used there was a Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and that was Raspberry. And so you can see I just literally flicked it and it creates so I'm going to end up with a visual triangle that moves from that yellow sun that it says it's a lovely day, and it's not a sun, but I kind of used it as an illusion of a sun by the clouds. Then the other part of that visual triangle is you go over to the photo with the cactus, and then you're going to come down to the title that says Prickly Adventure, and you'll see how that comes together towards the end of the video. So initially I was going to leave the photo just white because I really liked the way that the photo stood out on the page, but I really wanted to be able to put some journaling on the page, and the way that I'm going to adhere these together, all of actually the only adhesive is going to be on the left hand side of that blue pattern paper that's to the left of the photo, and by putting the little tab on the right hand side of the photo, which you see sitting on my desk there, it allows me to lift up the photo, and I can either slide in a piece of pattern paper, piece of white paper there, either that, or I was actually thinking that I was just going to leave it kind of like a folder, and so you could slide the piece of paper in and out of there. So I do use my mini attacher but to adhere that tab there, but I did glue it down first because I felt that that provided a little bit more stability to it. And now I have some of the embellishments that you see between the sticker sheet as well as the embellishment add-on. That's what that little circle with the banner that says enjoy today is from the embellishment add-on. as well as the little tab that's there. And then I love that cactus in the pot there. It works perfectly with the photo that I've got there because they're sort of the same type cactus. So that's the yellow that says it's a lovely day that I'm using kind of as a sun there. And to me, I like the way that that yellow circle sort of gives you that sun feel that works with that sun flare that is in the photo. So now I have one of the clouds that came from the sticker sheet, and again I wanted some dimension to this page, so I'm going to put that one of the clouds up on foam, and then I'm going to create a thread ball with a coordinating thread and put that behind the thread ball there. I just like the way that the thread balls add a little bit of texture to the page. And kind of gives it a bit of a whimsical feel, sort of the way that the picture is a bit whimsical and the way that the drawings are whimsical as well. And then that lighter sort of greeny blue cloud is just going to go straight flat on the page there. I had a little bird, so the reason I was pointing was because the little bird that I had, he was facing out, which leads your eye off the page, which is not what I want to do. So I wanted a birdie that was facing in to the right, and so that's why I changed to that bigger bird there. I thought about using the flare and the buttons that came with the kit, but they really didn't serve a purpose. So I am initially going to put the title up here, and then I realized as I put Adventure, the second part of the title, onto my center ruler, that there's a lot of weight at the top of the layout if I do that, and that by moving Prickly and Adventure, that whole title down to the bottom of the page, I'm going to be able to create that visual triangle. And no, there is no journaling on the page because it is going to end up being hidden journaling, although I could journal underneath the Prickly Adventure, the title there, and that is another way that I could get journaling onto that page there. So that, my friends, is, oh, I am going to off camera use a One Canoe 2 stamp that just has some up and down lines, and stamp that in red underneath Prickly Adventure, because again, those are the three primary colors that I use on this layout, and then I'm going to put a date stamp there. So that is how I use PhotoPlay from the Scraproom Kit. If you subscribe and you leave your name in the comment box, Rochelle will send you a little something from me or from her for subscribing. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.